Hello everyone, this is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research here at FXPRIMUS, bringing you the Week in Focus for the week beginning August 22nd. It's pretty quiet this week with only two big things on the schedule. The preliminary purchasing managers indices, the PMIs from the major economies on Tuesday, and the Kansas City Fed's annual Jackson Hole Symposium on Thursday and Friday. Now the PMIs are expected to be little changed. Much of the world seems to be in an accelerating expansion, the upper right-hand corner of this graph, so actually little change wouldn't be bad. The EU manufacturing PMI is expected to remain unchanged, while the US manufacturing PMI is expected to rise a bit. That difference could be supportive for the dollar. However, as the graph illustrates, euro-dollar has decoupled from the PMIs in recent years, perhaps because monetary policy has become more detached from the business cycle. The annual Jackson Hole Symposium is a huge get-together of the great and good in global central banking. Often the papers presented there introduce new ways of looking at problems, and they can be market-moving. The topic of this year's symposium is Designing Resilient Monetary Policy Frameworks for the Future. It'll probably look back at previous crises and see what lessons can be learned for how they should conduct monetary policy in the future. Yellen's speech apparently will focus on the question of what should be the equilibrium level for the Fed funds rate, the overnight interest rate that the Fed controls. The yellow dots in this graph represent the FOMC's estimate of where that level is, while the blue line is the market's estimate. As you can see, the FOMC is substantially higher than the market. Now, given the recent comments by New York Fed President Dudley and the comments over the weekend by Fed Vice Chairman Stanley Fischer that we are close to our targets, I'd expect Fed Chair Yellen to hint that rate hikes are still possible. That could push rate expectations higher and cause the dollar to strengthen. Other U.S. indicators coming out this week include new and existing home sales and durable goods orders. In the Eurozone, the IFO indices will complement the information we get from the German PMIs. The IFO indices are expected to rise slightly, while the PMI is expected to fall slightly. Now, the IFO indices could boost the euro somewhat. Eurozone and German consumer confidence will also be announced during the week. Finally, Japan announces its inflation data Friday morning, Japan time. This will be the last CPI data before the 21st September Bank of Japan meeting, and so will be closely watched. Slowing inflation could increase speculation that the BOJ will take action and put downward pressure on the yen. We may get some guidance on that matter when Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda speaks Tuesday morning Japan time. This is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research at FXPRIMUS. Get more market insights on our education pages and turn your trading ideas into action with FXPRIMUS, the safest place to trade.